Dzień dobry moi drodzy, z tej strony Max, a dzisiaj witam was w kolejnym odcinku z Genshina. Kontynuujemy Liuę Archon Questa. Mam nadzieję, że teraz nic się nie zepsuje, audio i wideo, wszystko będzie poprawnie. Child miał nam kogoś przyprowadzić. Nie, ja nie chcę tu gadać z Wladem. Czyż odbierałem z tą skrzynkę? Z piętra? Kradłem chyba? Możliwe. No dzień dobry. Friend? Oh, I don't consider Child a friend. I have no intention of joining the ja chcę dołączyć do A to chyba nie pierwszy raz, gdzie jesteśmy nazywani przyjacielem Childa, tylko tu chyba tak otwarcie po prostu temu zaprzeczamy, a w tej nawet się chyba do tego przyznajemy, że Child to jest nasz przyjaciel. I don't consider Child as friend.
Remarkably sure of yourself. Remember, we are mere mortals. Our ideas are fluid like water. Only the Tsaritsa truly has a will as solid as the permafrost.
O czym ty do mnie mówisz?
But back to the matter at hand. Child tells me that he has upheld his end of your agreement.
What agreement? Oh, the thing about him helping us find a guy?
Correct. Child promised he would find someone to break the stalemate. And the Harbingers do not break their promises lightly.
Mogę w to uwierzyć.
Where is that guy anyway?
Child is currently at Lioli Pavilion.
Oh, Lily Pavilion?
Oh, Paimon knows this one.
Mhm.
There are two styles of cooking in Liyue, known as Li style and Yue style. They have been competing for centuries, but neither has emerged as the clear winner.
Okay.
The flagship restaurant of the Li style is the Lily
Ah.
Pavilion. The owner especially chose
Chyba
to
wiemy już,
open
gdzie
the
to jest.
restaurant at Feiyuan Slope so they could compete face to face with the Shinyue Kiosk, which is the flagship restaurant of the Yue style.
Trust you to only know these sorts of things. You're like this every time we talk about food.
Don't talk to Paimon like that.
O Jezu.
Anyway, Paimon's
No,
hungry.
nic
Let's get
nowego.
moving.
No dobrze. No to co? Fireware Archaic Lord. Hu.
Aha, you made it.
Ano?
As promised, I found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Liyue Qixing would hide the Geo-Archon's vessel.
Okej, chyba wiem, kto to
So,
jest.
where is he? In Lily Pavilion?
He certainly is. Come, I'll introduce you.
No dobrze.
I took the liberty of setting up a business dinner, as per the
Oh.
Liyue custom.
Okej. Matko, ale to jest ślicznie.
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
Jest i on.
Hi.
Geodaddy.
Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhong Li, consultant to an organization known as Wangsheng, and a trusted associate of the
Oh,
Fatui.
associate of the Fatui? Wangsheng?
Indeed, Wangsheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed. And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the shadows.
To jest trochę sus brzmi, ale patrząc, że Fatui to jest organizacja, no, nie do końca lubiana, to jak najbardziej rozumiem.
Walk in the shadows?
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Montuję.
No, aha, dzięki.
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wangshan some kind of business involving dealing with people?
To zależy w jakim sensie.
Indeed. It is as you have guessed. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes
Ale
burials.
się rozpiksolowało to jedzenie.
We ensure that those who pass on do so in peace.
Jak to jest, że te wszystkie rzeczy w tle jakoś powiedzmy są, no, lepiej zrenderowane niż, kurde, rzecz, która jest najbliżej.
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer? The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, ostensibly.
Ostensibly.
Well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhongli because...
No.
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo-Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan Ningguang. But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhongli has to say, shall we?
No dobrze.
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend.
Nie mogę, chłop dosłownie mówi sam o
The
sobie.
times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst.
The Geoatron is also an Adeptus. That's true, the Adepti are staying away from Liyue.
Archons go by many names. The god
O
of
matko.
contracts, the god of commerce, the warrior god, Morax, Rex Lapis. Is the idea that he also has the title of Adeptus so strange?
Chłopie, ile ty masz imion?
As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending, and the time of mankind is slowly dawning. In years past, Liyue's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition. It is sacrilege.
Well, they do have to decide to deal with.
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng funeral parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all the more egregious for his final send-off to go unattended to. Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the animal Archon,
Kurde.
could I ask you to help me prepare the Geo-Archon's last rites?
Child says too much. I accept your invitation. I'm going to have to think about it. Nie no, oczywiście, że
A wise
akceptujemy.
decision. The Tianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the seven.
Jeszcze trochę i poznamy wszystkich bogów.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again.
Looks like there's no other choice.
If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the details as we walk.
Jak najbardziej, z chęcią.
All right, my bridge building work here is done. Turned out well, didn't it?
Jak najbardziej.
You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more drinks and get acquainted with these things they call chopsticks in the
On nie
meantime.
umie jeść pałeczkami, prawda? Ja dobrze pamiętam. No dobrze, Naura hopie.
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you?
Wiesz co, to jest w sumie takie trochę ciężkie pytanie, bo nie ma tak, że dobrze albo że niedobrze. I prefer the atmosphere in Mondstadt. Liyue is the better place. No Liyue wprawdzie jest bardzo ładne, tak? I też mam jakiś taki sentyment do tego miejscówka, ale sorry, moje serce należy do Mondstadtu i Sumeru i trochę też Fontaine.
I see. So you're that sort of person. It's not a bad thing.
Ja mam po prostu duże poczucie nostalgii.
But I suppose you have yet to experience the substance of Liyue's 3,700 years of divinity.
Strasznie dużo.
Organizing the rite of parting should prove to be an enlightening part of your travels. Liyue is the most prosperous of the seven nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, the diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here.
Żeby na pewno?
Ningguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's connections.
What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting
Nie
anyway?
wiem, pewnie ma jakieś swoje ukryte powody związane z, nie wiem, jakąś misją od
I
Fatui?
neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's traditions to endure. These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go on to apply for any subsequent funding.
Pieniążki!
Wow.
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prize Noctilucous jade worthy of a deal.
Okej. Podoba mi się darmowe pieniążki. Bag of Mora. W ogóle taka rzecz, którą odkryłem całkiem niedawno, szczerze powiedziawszy. Jak trochę tych pieniędzy zostanie od Shilda, to można sobie iść po prostu do Northland Banku i wymienić to faktycznie na Morę. Ja to się dowiedziałem do tego, nie wiem, parę miesięcy temu dosłownie, a ja to trzymałem. Chyba już, nie wiem, z 2 albo prawie 3 lata.
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. Would you like to try your luck betting on Jade? This could be your lucky day.
Przyszliśmy ze starym na zakupy.
It's fun, and who knows, you just might strike it rich.
On przypadkiem nie oszukuje ludzi.
No, we're here for... what was it again?
Noctilucous jade, of radiant grade at the very least.
Radiant grade, Noctilucous Jade? I see. You're not a tourist. My apologies. I have some here for your perusal.
Jak ślepym trzeba być, żeby wziąć żongliego za tego, za tur... Ja nic nie kliknąłem.
Jade Mystery is an old name in the jade business. Just look at that wonderful quality. Rex Lapis doesn't often bless us with such finery. Go on, pick whichever one you like.
Wszystkie wyglądają tak samo.
These really do look pretty. Not like the ones you usually dig up. But how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
What do you think, Mr. Zhongli? A man who makes his living of betting on stones can't be trusted so lightly. Zgadzam się z tym.
Very good. It seems you have learned some tricks of the trade.
Czy my się bawimy teraz w biznes? Ja jestem znawcą.
Mr. Zhongli, how should we pick from these pieces of Noctilucous jade?
Oh? You want me to decide? That is fine as well. If it were me, the answer would be simple.
No.
And that would be...
I'll take them all, boss.
Kto za to zapłaci?
Oh, you act with such panache, good sir. I always knew you were not a man of ordinary caliber.
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! We need to discuss it again!
Zgadzam się. Kto za to zapłaci, bo na pewno nie ja.
Hey! If we only need one for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the more if we buy them all?
That's true. Actually, it's 2 times more Mora.
Oh, Mora.
No
It is as
właśnie.
you say. I suppose I overlooked this particular aspect of the transaction.
How do you not think about Mora when buying things?
Matko, chciałbym żyć po prostu takim życiem, gdzie dosłownie mógłbym kupować to, co mi się tylko spodoba, nie patrząc na
If one
cenę.
must always consider
Żongli, ja ci
Mora before
zazdroszczę.
acting, then in all things one is bound by Mora.
What?
All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
Tam się coś świeci, mnie to denerwuje już.
What?
I'm extremely confused. He's talking about economics. Sounds like he's loaded.
Is this how the rich live?
Zazdroszczę.
He knows a lot about big money, but not a lot about big savings.
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around my limitations. Evaluating
Czy
the
Charlie za
quality
ciebie
of
przypadkiem nie
Noctilucous
płaci?
jade is indeed very tricky. As crude ore, there is little difference in texture, lustrousness, and internal pattern between good and bad jade. Only after the item made
Kamieniarz.
using Noctilucous jade has taken shape will you be able to see whether it is up to par or not. If you return to those crafty merchants to quibble, they will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame, or that your heat control was poor.
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get cheated.
W sumie logiczne, nie?
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade, and a true insider would know it. A fool sees the pointer and misses the moon.
Co to za zagadki znowu?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger.
Nie wiem, czy do końca zrozumiałem.
The facade. These are all the finger. Noctilucous jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness, and so its brightness is the important thing. It is the moon.
Rozumiem.
Jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro affinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature, the higher its quality.
I didn't realize you were such an expert. Is it normal life for high-class gentlemen?
I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade to you. Now, all that's left is to put it into practice.
Ekonomia z żongli.
Huh? Paimon's just said that we might never be able to use it again.
Czemu się te dialogi urywają w połowie?
Some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them first?
Trochę dziwny ten request.
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell?
Then can we get some small samples? Then I'm not buying any. Kto pytał?
That would... well... fine. As you wish, then. How about this? I can take a small sample of all three. I'll take a bit of a loss. We'll count it as a friendly gesture.
Don't
No
worry.
dobrze.
I know the rules. As long as we can prove that it is good jade, you will not take a loss.
All right. Take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
These samples, so thin.
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
How stingy. This is impressive handiwork.
Oh, you flattered me, but I have to be gentle with these rocks. They are my pride and joy. If I'd taken off
To kto
even a
lubi.
bit more, it would have killed me.
But wouldn't something this thin go poof if we held it to the fire?
It
Przekonamy
can't be
się, nie?
helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach.
Fuj.
Nonetheless, under the right conditions, these thin slices will serve.
What sort of conditions?
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reinforce it
Oh.
from within. This way, the samples will not disintegrate immediately.
That's so smart, actually.
Oh, sir, to think you were this learned. Thank you for your understanding.
Strictly
Nie ma
speaking,
problemu, I guess?
asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair. Trade in Liyue must be based upon fairness.
Więc co proponujesz, żongli?
Guess we just need to find a place to try this out.
I remember the spot in the Delpa Gorge. How about the kitchen in Shanning's place? Nie no, Delpa Gorge, tam jest ten wielki...
Paimon remembers.
Nie wiem.
I once saw this
Jak to było?
big
Kocioł?
bird down at the Data Upa Gorge in the camp of the hilly churls from the Meaty tribe. It's real sturdy and should be able to take the elemental reactions.
No i nice.
Now, let's pack those samples up and make a move.
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the Nation of Wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed
Czyli mam rozumieć, że
dandelion
Arkoni tak mogą
wine
siebie
whenever he
nawzajem
came to visit me in
odwiedzać w
Liyue.
tych swoich wszystkich
It must be
nacjach, innych
said that
państwach.
The famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
Znowu o Sumeru. Ja się mogę założyć, że wcześniej nie było o tym powiedziane. Muszę znaleźć gdzieś na YouTubie starsze nagrania z początku gry. Nie wiem, bo ja się autentycznie mogę założyć, że wcześniej nie było nic powiedziane o tym. O Sumeru.
It looks like the hilly churls are still using it.
Posuną się.
Bit polite, but we gotta cut the line.
Nie mamy czasu tu na takie pierdzielenie o Chopinie. Dobra, idziemy gotować. Bawimy się w kuchenne rewolucje znowu.
There's soup in here. These hilly churls sure have big appetites.
Wygląda jak woda, szczerze powiedziawszy. Well, it's our lab now. Shame to let it go to waste.
This soup looks like it could be used as our hydro-elemental protection. Let's fire it up and begin our experiment.
To tak eksperymenta, nie gotowanie, rozumiem.
We're ready to go. Paimon will help remember which one of the three is which.
No
Use
okej.
pyro to keep making the pot hotter until we get the results we need. Mr.
No
Zhang
dobrze.
said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets, the better it is. So, pay close attention.
Matko, Paimon w początkowych fazach tej gry właśnie to tak pomaga, podpowiada, co trzeba zrobić. Natomiast panią Sumeru po prostu wszystkich wkurza. Przypomniała mi się scena, jak Lia otwarcie powiedziała do Paimon, żeby się zamknęła.
Whoa! That light came from the first Noctilucous Jade! Hilly trolls are surrounding us again! Were they attracted by the light? Such nosy neighbors! Let's take care of them and continue again after.
O, jeden już się buzuje.
The second Noctilucous Jade, didn't it? More hilly trolls! They don't give up, do they? Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food! Ow! That's bright! Too bright! That was the
Szkoda, że nie mogę tu wejść.
Jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with
Oj.
that one.
O! Nawet nie wiedziałem, że to jest ten kwiat Pyro.
Jade, Sally?
You're back, my friends.
No.
I've kept the goods for you. Which of them would you like?
Okay. I would like the first Noctilius Jade. I would like the second. I would like the third. Nie wiem, pierwsze?
Huh? No, it wasn't that. Think a bit harder.
Aha. Drugie?
No,
Też
it
nie.
wasn't that. Think a bit.
Znaczy ostatnie, nie?
Exactly. That's the one Paimon remembers too.
No, z małymi komplikacjami, ale
No
mamy to.
problem. If you have your eye on this one, you can have it.
Ile to będzie mnie kosztować?
And we'll take a box of the third type of jade.
Done. All the same, and pardon me for asking, but I'm curious. Whatever do you need this much top quality Noctilucous Jade for?
Nie interesuj się, bo kociej mordki dostaniesz.
I suppose it would not hurt to tell you. We need them
Mam wrażenie, że
to
muzyka
make
jest głośniejsza od tych
influence for the rite
dialogów.
of parting.
Parting? Oh, dear. I'd heard the rumors, but had given
No to
much
co,
thought
Stypa?
to them. This means that Rex Lapis really is... Oh, it's hard to believe.
Chociaż tak szczerze powiedziawszy, chyba nigdy nie zrozumiem konceptu stypy, jakby dosłownie najpierw opłakujesz zmarłą osobę, a potem idziesz sobie na wódeczkę z jakimś wujkiem od strony ciotki, matki, psa, kogoś tam.
Alas, all things must pass. Well, if this is to be used to say farewell to Rex Lapis, then I shall sell this to you at half the price.
O, promocja!
Sure, you didn't want to even give us an inch before.
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn money off such a thing.
I'm sure Rex Lapis will feel your sentiment, boss.
Czy ja wiem?
In the safe hands of the Liu Chising and good
Każdy
honest
czyta to
merchants such as
cheesing,
yourself.
czy
I,
jakkolwiek
for
to się
one,
nazywa,
believe that Liyue
inaczej.
will continue to prosper, as it always has done.
So let's not get ourselves down just yet.
All right. Thank you, my friends. What's with me getting all sentimental like this? I'll practically be giving away all my fortune at this rate.
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this Noctilucous Jade back.
Dobrze.
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was half price, not that we could leave without paying.
Musimy?
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to do that too. Let me see.
Co, nie masz pieniędzy przy sobie?
As I thought, I didn't bring any.
Just as I suspected.
Any what?
Mora, my apologies. Another oversight on my part.
What a strange take on the value of money. A local of Liyue who doesn't have money on their mind.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. Oh, wait. Didn't Child give us some advanced funds earlier?
I have them on me.
That's a relief. Have a look, boss. Is it enough?
Nie będziemy się targować?
It's fine.
A jednak nie.
Just enough for half price. Though, to be honest, it'd be all right even if the sum wasn't quite enough.
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Eugene Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
Gdzie to
Look at
jest?
you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single mora.
Please remember to bring money next time. Guess we need to find Child for more funding. Mój Boże.
It seems that we must. I will keep that in mind. Thanks, both of you. We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into the implements that we will need.
Nice.
Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
Ach tak, fingers crossed Child will reimburse us. We will pay the jeweler when he arrives. Czy musimy? W sumie Child się zaoferował, więc niech on to zrobi.
Also, is this where we're doing the rite of parting?
Yes. I have already rented this location and have begun making preparations for the rite.
So we're just using the scene of the crime too. The rite of descension took place here too.
The Liu Qixing have agreed to this
Niektórzy
arrangement.
żongli to tak specyficznie je czyta, a niektórzy to czytają jako Qixing? Tak... Nie wiem, ja nie umiem tego powtórzyć, ale każdy to czyta inaczej, naprawdę.
This big happened here. Should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? We might get caught by the Millilith.
Gdybyśmy nie uciekali na początku, w ogóle nie byśmy byli podejrzani.
Although with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, none of those pesky Millilith soldiers have come chasing after us. Wonder what that's about.
Ja nie rozumiem, dlaczego to na nas miała akurat spaść wina.
Also, the, Rex Lapis vessel.
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli. So, was this Exuvia hidden away by the Qixing? I mean, we haven't even figured out who the murderer is.
Na pewno nie my.
Must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here.
Seems a bit too easygoing. It still feels very odd.
These things are for the authorities in Eugene Terrace to consider. Trying to help would probably only add to their troubles. Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily in the Golden House.
O, to miejsce, gdzie walczymy z Childem, prawda?
The only mint in Liyue, which is to say the only mint in Tevat. All the mora that flows throughout the world is minted.
Pieniążki. Szkoda, że tego miejsca też nie możemy okraść, jak na przykład Northland Banku.
Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. Paimon thinks it suits Morax. But why do you know this, Mr. Zhongli?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available.
They must have some ulterior motive. The Qixing provide the location and Child the funds.
Perhaps each has their motives. But this is the capital of commerce. A little exploitation once in a while is not unacceptable. In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed.
Damn.
I, for one, have no issue with little maneuvers outside their remit. Well then, we should go and prepare the perfumes used in the rite.
Ooh.
Perfumes? Where'll we get those? Do we buy them?
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. The quality of the silk flowers
Chyba
we
mam.
require is also special. Silk
pewno
flower
mam.
petals contain a fibrous material of good quality, often used in brocade making. Its scent, however, is most elegant, and is especially suited for solemn events, like giving offerings to gods and adepti.
Mój kot coś kombinuje. Mój kot wstał z łóżka ze swojej drzemki, podeszła do kontenerka, w którym śpi mój drugi kot. Prawie tam wlazła, po czym znowu wróciła do mnie na łóżko. Mój Boże.
It's time for Zhongli's lectures on high society again.
We shall not speak of the details right now. Follow me. We shall go to the merchants to purchase our ingredients.
Ale już mam silk flowersy. Czemu mam płacić?
Hey, boss, do you sell silk flowers here?
Silk flowers? We certainly do. Which kind would you like?
A są jakieś inne?
Which kind? The good kind? The best kind? Remind Paimon what kinds there are again?
To jest dobre pytanie.
You ignorant shoppers.
Aha.
Always coming in here with your stupid questions.
Aha? Co za niemiła obsługa klienta.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
My goodness, this gentleman is quite the connoisseur. You two must be his servants.
Aha.
Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute.
I beg your pardon? Wait, you don't even recognize me? Well, guess I had it coming. This is what I feel for calling Paimon emergency food. O, bo nie wiem, korcą mnie bardzo te dwie opcje. Czy my chcemy dalej lecieć w ten żart? Dobra, lećmy.
Now then, please
Aha, nawet tego nie
peruse at your
skomentował?
leisure. Do let me know if you have any further thoughts.
Żałosne.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine specimens, excellently preserved. Just look at the abundant foliage here, and these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the Golden House. This strain is an evergreen, and mostly grows under complex hydrological conditions.
Czyli nie dość, że uczymy się o ekonomii, to jeszcze uczymy się o biologii roślinach i tych innych.
By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Morphologically, it is distinguished by the profusion of petals and densely packed stamens, though its powerful scent gives it away just as easily. Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and when in season, it has a subtle yet enduring scent. It was first discovered by the
O, jeszcze się
ancients
historii
when they
uczymy.
scaled the mountains in search of the adepti.
Nice.
Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the
W sumie
wild
żongi to by się
today
nadał na
due to
takiego
geographical
nauczyciela historii na
changes over
przykład.
Liyue's history. Most are not grown by horticulturalists.
Wow, a true connoisseur. Most of that was news even to me.
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
What's so impressive about that? I'm still an ignoramus on horticulture.
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble. So, which silk flower did you want anyway?
I'll take them all, boss.
Ile tego jeszcze?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has the most melodious voice. The same logic applies when purchasing a pet bird.
Jak on oddycha, mój Boże.
But this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. The same logic does not apply. Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the seven. Rex Lapis will then make his own choice between the scents. Like
No
several
patrz.
other tedious and complicated traditions, this one has become simplified over time. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the seven in 3,700 years.
Ile?
As such, I do think we should honor tradition down to the last detail in this case.
Coś w tym
Now
jest.
that's settled, a question. Do you have any mora on you?
Dzięki, żongli.
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
I see a pattern emerging here. By this point, I'd be more surprised if he remembered.
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these flowers are to be an offering to the Lord of Geo himself?
No wiesz, organizuję właśnie stypę.
Yes, in a sense.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? I heard the awful news about what happened at this year's rite of dissension.
No chłop wziął i umarł, co powiedzieć dalej?
It would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried about our dear Lord ever since. I'm worried that everything I've heard is true. Since these
No bo tak jest
flowers
chyba w sumie.
will be used to glorify our Lord, they're free of charge. Just don't forget to pass on my regards.
O,
Are you serious?
za darmo to uczciwa cena.
I would be nobody if not for Rex Lapis.
Czyli tak patrząc, ludzie mu bardzo dużo zawdzięczają, ale z drugiej strony, jeżeli na przykład okaże się, że 9 Harbinger faktycznie jest Liyue i na przykład on nie dostał wizji, to by jeszcze bardziej miało sens, dlaczego on na przykład nienawidzi właśnie Moraxa.
If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell them for today.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances in support of local businesses.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us when I say that your generosity has saved our skins.
Our skins? You were the one who forgot to bring money.
Please, it's the least I could do.
So, now that we've got the flowers, how do we make the perfume?
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately, none of my acquaintances have personal experience in the art of decoction.
O,
Talk about first world problems.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city. Try the common folk, especially women.
So this
Chyba
time we get
wiem,
to
do
go
kogo
around
pójdziemy.
town looking for nice-smelling ladies to talk to? Paimon likes this job.
I will wait for you near the statue of the Seven. Meet me there when the perfume is ready.
Czy my jedziemy do tej sus babki?
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild.
A nie, do Lany idziemy, to nie wiem.
Let's ask Lan. She's master of the Liyue branch, right?
Tak w ogóle jeszcze ostatnio myślałem, że czy by może te wszystkie world questy nie zrobić dopiero po tym, jak zrobię wszystkie questy właśnie z postaciami? To by było w sumie sensowne, bo też nie wiem, jak długie Liyue,
Lan,
jak
we
długie są te
asked you for
questy
a
z Liyue.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two, but you'll just have to ask another adventurer.
Ja chyba wiem, do kogo my pójdziemy.
It's not that kind of favor. It's just a teeny tiny thing.
You smell great. To jest takie... Szczerze, to jest takie trochę ni z dupy, ni z pietruchy, jakby... Do you know how to make perfume?
Wow. Just wow. Do I look like the kind of girl who wears perfume to you? I think you're
może?
underestimating the kind of person I am.
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing. So come on, Lan. What's your secret if not perfume?
Now that you mention it, yes, there is something. What is that scent?
A ja chyba wiem, do kogo my pójdziemy.
Oh, it must be from the Qingxin flowers I picked on the way back. I forgot I still had them with me.
Aha! The truth is out. Lan's got a soft spot for wildflowers.
Kto nie ma? Ja uważam, że takie na przykład kwiaty z łąki są o wiele ładniejsze, takie zdechłe kwiaty z kwieciarni.
No, they were for medicinal use only.
Ale no, generalnie po prostu nie jestem fanem kwiatów. Jakby ktoś by mi dał kwiat, nie bym miał jak... Mordo, nie dało się wymyślić czegoś lepszego? Nie to, że jakoś narzekam, ale no, ja uważam, że po prostu kwiaty to jest taka najbardziej najtańsza i najgorsza opcja, bo to zdycha po prostu od razu.
Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume, try talking to Qimei.
To brzmi, jakbym był materialistą, ale ja przysięgam, że ja materialistą nie jestem.
The fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells pretty good.
Czy to jest ta sus babka tam z tyłu?
Thanks, Lan. See you around.
A nie, to jeszcze nie ona. Dobra. No nie, w którą ja stronę w ogóle idę? Ja nie wiem, co się dzieje, ja dopiero wstałem, tak jestem nieprzytomny. W ogóle trochę bawi mnie, jak bardzo mój głos zmienia się na przestrzeni tego całego jednego odcinka, bo ja to wiadomo, że nagrywam w partiach,
How may I help?
bo za jednym posiedzeniem chyba bym po prostu nie wytrzymał. Zaraz, do you know how to make perfume? You smell great. Nie no,
Perfume?
przestańmy z tym, że ktoś
I
pachnie
rarely
ładnie.
think to use it, let alone about how to make it myself.
Ale tak, wracając do na poprzednim tym dłuższym klipie, powiedzmy, mój głos brzmiał tak bardzo martwo. O mój Boże.
Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague, because Celestia forbid those lusty sailors catch a whiff and come hunting for the source.
That's the worst thing Paimon's heard
Damn.
all day.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's homemade perfume?
Yinger? Oh, as in scent of spring, Yinger?
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them. Apparently, her homemade product is better than anything you'll find on the
A,
market.
rozumiem.
Great! This is just the intel we need. Finally,
Co tam robi Waypoint? W ogóle mam wrażenie, że ten właśnie drugi quest, ładnie tu jest, z żonglim jest taki bardzo przegadany. Mam nadzieję, że w tle nie będzie słychać, jak mój sąsiad coś, nie wiem, wierci. Nie wiem, co on robi. Rurę tam rozkręca. Ja mam nadzieję, że tego nie będzie słychać. Za bardzo.
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been waiting for
A skąd ty to wiesz?
What? How did you know we were coming?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for a sweet-smelling lady.
Aha.
Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal, after all.
Snooping around? Why are you making it out like we're bad people?
Może jesteśmy.
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future if you don't want word to get around. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? What kind would you like?
A bespoke triple silk flower variety, whichever one you're wearing. Może nie?
3 in one go. My goodness.
Co, na bogato, nie?
You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some sweet-smelling ammunition? Is that it?
You got a problem with that? It's for the Rex
Is
Lapis.
that the best you could come up with? Even if you were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that doesn't explain why you'd need 3 kinds. Sorry, your story just doesn't hold water.
I beg your pardon?
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
Co by pamiętał?
As one of my favorite poems goes, O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy sturdiest wood shall wither.
To się tak średnio rymuje, ale ja się mogę nie znać po prostu. Może ja nie umiem po prostu poezji.
That went over Paimon's head a little.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant, but you'd better make sure I'm the only person on your mind while you're hanging around with me.
I am very uncomfortable with the energy that we've created in the studio today.
Okej.
So, where is a good place for making sweet, sweet perfume?
Dałpa Gorge. How about the kitchen at Shalik's place? O co z tym chodzi?
Where is that? Mondstadt? We're only making some perfume. There's no need to go to such ridiculous lengths. Somewhere closer to home will do. Let's go for the kitchen at Wan Min Restaurant.
Aha. I my tu tak możemy sobie na chillu wchodzić i robić perfumy w jego kuchni. No ładnie.
I've had a word with Chef Mao. We can start work now. Are you ready to please me?
Nawet nie wiem, jak mam to skomentować.
What did you say?
I meant make me proud, as my assistant, obviously.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
While I'm setting up, you can go and fetch some water. This water will do nicely. Now, I need you to extract the silk flower essence using a crafting bench.
Dobra.
Perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully, take hold of the mortar and pestle. Gently does it. You need to keep your wrist firm so your hand doesn't slip.
Dobra.
Now use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the juices come out.
Cóż, co mogę powiedzieć? Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I get it.
Ooh, you're a natural, like a fish to water.
Teraz myślę, że ten dialog byłby bardzo sus, jeżeli nie byłoby właśnie tego kontekstu.
Now take these and try it out on your own using a nearby crafting bench. Don't forget to do all 3. They look visually identical during the essence extraction process, but I will put them into separate containers when the perfume is ready.
No dobrze, rozumiem. O matko, jakie ładne. Jak jestem w ogóle bogaty na tym drugim koncie. Na moim pierwszym na przykład już nie mam pieniędzy praktycznie.
Wow, this is some exquisite silk flower essence. On to the next stage, the most important one of all.
Dobra.
The essence is placed into water and simmered over a low heat until most of the water has boiled off. You must take care to control the heat during this process. If the temperature goes too high, it will affect the scent. So please focus on controlling the heat. This is the final step.
Ja przysięgam, że to brzmi tak bardzo dziwnie bez kontekstu. Brzmiałoby dziwnie w sumie.
We want all of it in there.
With a little guidance you help... Nie mam pojęcia, jak to się nazywa. Make some perfume.
All 3 perfumes are ready. And you, my friend, were a wonderful assistant.
Dzięki.
A testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays.
I was thinking of you the whole time. I told you it's not like that. O Boże. Jak bardzo ucierpię, jeżeli kliknę tą drugą opcję.
Wow, you actually remembered my throwaway comment. You know, you're cuter than people give you credit for. If I didn't have my guard up, I can see how easily one could be taken in.
Czy ja mogę stąd pójść?
Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview of each scent? It might just help you match the right scent to the right occasion.
No dobrze, miejmy to już za sobą.
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it.
Okay.
The second one is for those with more refined tastes. The first choice for daughters of high society.
Rozpuszczone szczyle, to ja może podziękuję z pierwszym tym.
Finally, the third
A
one
z drugim?
has a
Jedno to było
soft
drugie,
but
dobra.
lingering scent, like a mist that captures the last light of dusk. Mature women adore this one.
Cóż.
All clear? Don't get them mixed up now. You'll ruin the mood.
I think I got it.
Good. Be sure to come visit if you ever need help with anything, okay?
Ja podziękuję może.
I'll leave you with some parting words.
Nie, proszę, ja chcę wyjść.
One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go overboard.
Czy mogę stąd wyjść?
Come and
Nie,
hang out with me
proszę
at
nie.
Scent of Spring sometime, okay?
Czy ty przypadkiem nie filtrowałaś z tym Timoteusem, czy jakkolwiek on się nazywa z Mondstadt?
Let's take these 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the Seven. Mr. Zhongli's probably been waiting a while.
Nareszcie.
We've brought the perfumes, Mr. Zhongli.
W końcu.
Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
You're back.
Może po prostu się przygląda, jak bardzo go odtworzyli na tej statule.
Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue, this was but a brief moment.
Well, how can a person compete with a statue?
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfumes?
Jak najbardziej.
3 sets and not one less.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
Offer Golden House Maiden.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger
A
said
Yinger,
that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies.
Offer Wally Bayer.
This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it.
Offers Fate's Yearning.
The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature ladies. Oh, what was that?
Looks like Rick Lapis really likes this one. I guess the final essence is number 3. Zgadzam się. Taste. Jak najbardziej.
That's what older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Czy to oznacza, że Rex Lapis może przyjmować dowolne formy? W sensie, czyli może na przykład się ukazać jako mężczyzna, ale również jako kobieta?
Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
Chcę zobaczyć fem wersję Rex Lapisa. O mój Boże.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form.
Też jest ładny jako smok. Wprawdzie trochę taki mały ten smok, ale co kto lubi, nie? Ja na przykład lubię takiego duże smoki, zwłaszcza ten z Wiedźmina 2.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
What ulterior motives do Charles and the Chishing have? Well, we do need to see the Excuba. Boże, nie wiem jak to się... Chodźmy do Childa.
So, we finished another step in our preparations. What's next?
Next, I would like the two of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
Chyba wiem, do kogo mamy iść, nie?
At
Do
present,
Cloudy Tainej?
a friend of mine named
A,
Madame Ping
nie
is
tak
the
mi się
guardian
pomyliło.
of the cleansing bell. She lives near Eugene Terrace. If you ask her, she will know what to do.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
Ah, I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person. Please, do this for
Jasne,
me.
jasne. Po tym, jak to... Lantern Rises z tamtego roku wiadomo, dlaczego on nie może.
Man, why's he gotta be so secretive this time?
Wiem, jak ona się patrzy na te dwie lilie.
All things must change.
How do you do? Are you alright?
It's nothing. It's nothing. I just thought it a great shame that so many of these glazed lilies have wilted.
What happened to them?
Back in my day, people said that glazed lilies can read human
damn.
hearts. If they heard beautiful sounds like laughter and singing, they would also bloom joyfully. But if they heard too much wild gossip or slander, they would quickly wither away.
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Liyue?
Ciekawa koncepcja, muszę przyznać.
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are no small matter. They are everywhere. Some say it was a fortuitous plot. Others say that the Chising made it all up. And still others think that that which lies in the deep is breaking free.
Trochę mi się kojarzy z tym, ten, którego imienia nie wolno wymawiać.
This harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. One spark, and the fire will consume us all. Well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. Did you have something to say, youngster?
We'd like to borrow the cleansing bell. We'd like to borrow something from you. Dobra, chodźmy po prostu prosto z mostu.
Ah, that old trinket. I remember it being here with me, but I've grown old. I can't quite recall where it
Znajdę
is
to bez
exactly.
problemu.
An old friend of mine used to wear it on his person. Back when I was young, he saw me gazing at it often and gave it to me. But he told me then that if someone should come to borrow that bell, I should not be loath to part with it.
Nie wiem, o kogo teraz może chodzić. Mam jakieś takie małe podejrzenie, że to może być faktycznie Rex Lapis, ale cholera go wie.
It has been many years, and who knows how many times someone has come to borrow this bell. Still, though, I can't recall when it started. It's been a long time since anyone has come to borrow it. Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
We can look for it ourselves. I'm a knight of Pavonia, certified lost property finder.
What a weird thing to be proud of.
Aha!
All right, children, there is no need to worry. I didn't place the bell very far away.
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is Eugene Terrace. It's gotta be expensive.
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot? My entire household is in here.
Damn. Ciekawe, czy o tym wcześniej było powiedziane. Jak jeszcze, w sensie jeszcze przed teapotem.
How does that work?
It contains your house keys, the bell is your own, and you go, Paimon.
What? There's no way Paimon would fit in there.
Wszyscy się tam zmieszczą.
And why do you need Paimon to go in anyway? Can't you just lift the lid and look inside?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot, and you are quite welcome to borrow it. If you can find it.
Jasne. Bez problemu. Wygląda tak samo jak domena Cloud Detainer.
Where
Jak pamiętam,
are we?
o, tylko nie pająki.
Just happened.
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Whoa! That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs.
No i slajmów jeszcze.
It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while. Sorry to trouble you children. Please help an old lady clean up.
Did you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last
O, adios.
place? You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old Granny could also be an adeptus?
Jak najbardziej. Szybko się domyśliłaś, szczerze powiedziawszy.
I'm more and more convinced that she's an adeptus. Like, don't they all live in Julian Karst? Why would she stay in the city? How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too. Or at least we wouldn't have to camp
Czy to jest jakiś
outside.
foreshadowing do kolejnych tych questów, czy potem właśnie związanych? Ładne.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet.
Jak najbardziej. A teraz jak mogę stąd wyjść?
Now, let me see.
A,
All right, that'll do. Come on out now, children. Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick.
are you an adeptus man? Are you one of the Liu Qixing? Are you with the Fatui? No nie.
An adeptus. Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child, surely you already understand.
Jak najbardziej.
Hyman kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused. Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Okej, tu Payman ma akurat rację, muszę to przyznać.
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless adepti. But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters. To cry, "Catch the murderer," at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is what is wrong-headed. Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands. So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell?
Wait, if your friend doesn't return it, can I keep it? A what
Oh?
if you're Jesus?
Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady knocking at their door. We haven't met in a while anyway. It would be nice to share a drink and chat. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return. Oh, and do tell the person who sent you
No.
that if they have time, they can come over
Oh.
for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
We will. Thanks, Granny.
Powiem tak, uwielbiam ten nowy system komisji, że po prostu dosłownie mogę tam parę rzeczy rozwalić już w książce, mogę to zaznaczyć, ale nie podoba mi się fakt, że one tak czy siak tu zostają. Nie wiem, to mnie po prostu denerwuje. Robię jak wszystko mam czyściutkie.
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell. It's in good condition.
Jak najbardziej.
Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside.
Dobra. Do you know Madame Pink? Are you also an adeptus?
Of course. How would I know that the bell was with her otherwise?
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry. Oh, yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something. If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
Ale bym teraz herbatę wypił, o Jezus.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
So what's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites! Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they also play various symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals.
Nice.
I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
Oh, sure. Curiouser and curiouser.
Ah, sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order. Would you like to take them now?
Yes, thank you.
It's
szybko
rare
poszło.
to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life.
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well-versed in all these walks of life.
Ja myślę, że tak czy siak oni kojarzą z Zhongliego.
We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him.
Fashion, economics, jewelry, and jet pottery. Tea, perfumes, flora, and fauna.
He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
On dosłownie tu stoi obok, to trochę jakbyśmy go obgadywali.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things.
O!
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else. But there is more to it than that.
No.
Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over
Czy my się znowu uczymy
thousands of
historii?
years, and there is meaning behind that. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years,
Jezus
and
Maria.
I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the Animo Archon. As for the kite that honors the Geo Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last letter. These patterns are ancient, and you can also find them in the
Aż muszę się
Golden
przyjrzeć, jak tam będziemy.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before.
Paimon, stop talking.
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro Archon. These markings of tree and leaf.
Ja naprawdę muszę obejrzeć jakieś takie stare gameplay jeszcze z początku tej gry, bo jestem ciekaw, czy było tam wcześniej powiedziane właśnie o Inazumie, Elektroarkonie, Sumeru. Nie wiem, o kim tam jeszcze mógł być. O! Nie mogę się doczekać, aż dojdziemy do Sznyznai. Ale to już coraz bliżej. Jak już jesteśmy w Fontaine, to jeszcze trochę i będziemy w Sznyznai.
The compliments of a learned man truly are pleasant.
Well then, Granny Shen, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment,
he says.
Well, allow me.
Child!
Hey, it's Child!
Did you arrange to meet here? You ambushed us.
No, I was merely passing through.
Jasne, jasne.
I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet. He knows a great deal about money, And about the trials of the common man, he just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen to him. Or perhaps you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
Jasne, jasne.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
No, nie wiem, domyśl się może.
You are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before moving to the next step in our preparations. The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean.
Pieniążki. To te pieniążki na pewno będę mógł potem zamienić.
I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
Skubaniutki, coś kombinuje. O, teraz się zaczyna handlowanie.
Hiring help? Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild. I take adventuring commissions, but I don't do anything clerical.
Dobra, dobra, jasne, jasne.
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
Brave adventurer, we have need of 5 crystal flies.
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer. Never mind. I'll only charge you 15,000 more.
Czy ty sobie żartujesz?
A most fair price.
Nie. Nie, ja tu się nie będę tak. Chyba sobie żartujesz. Too little, sraken pierdaken chyba. Więcej niż 8,000 nie dostaniesz. No. Ile ty będziesz mnie... Co za typ?
15,000 more, not one less. That's the
Ty cholero.
End of story.
Hey, don't get mad.
Czy ty sobie żartujesz? Ja nie mam tylu pieniędzy. Jeszcze mnie oskubał.
A full day of odd jobs at Eugene Terrace. No problem.
25. Czy ty sobie żartujesz? Nie.
Whoa, that's expensive. Could you give us a bit of a discount on account of the whole Hero of Montuję?
Ciekawe, jaki tytuł dostaniemy w Snężnai. O Jezu, ale dziwnie by było, gdybyśmy na przykład nagle się okazało, że to my właśnie przyjmiemy rolę 10. Harbingera, albo w ogóle jakiegokolwiek Harbingera. Nie wiem, zaraz się okaże, że w ogóle stwierdzimy, że I can fix them i zaczniemy w ogóle naprawiać Harbingerów, tak jak to się stało właśnie ze Skaramuszem. Wait, let's talk prices. We will pay in full. Ty sobie żartujesz chyba, ja nie mam tylu pieniędzy. To najwyżej czy to jest połowa? To nie jest połowa na pewno. Słuchaj. To ile ja mam ci dać? 20 tego? Więcej nie dostaniesz i spadaj. Oni mnie wyskubią.
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100% effort into everything I do. Of course, there'll be a premium if you want me to give 110%. So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Eugene Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects, so I didn't make any special preparations for them.
Fetch me 50 free branches and 20 stacks of timber.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 more for a single trip. How does that
O
sound?
Boże.
Done.
We brought too little money.
This is all you got? Then no can do.
Please go look for someone named Child.
Child? No. He's putting up the money? Oh, still no. Wouldn't that mean I have to make 2 trips rather than 1? How about this? Let's make a trade. I'll take what you're offering right now and
get
me a single Chinxin flower, and I'll consider that payment for a detour to find this Child fellow. How does that sound?
No dobrze.
We've got no choice.
Się obskubałem. Mam w ogóle tego kwiata?
Have you brought the goods? Hey, that's
No, jednak mam.
These things are pretty rare, and I have no idea where I'd find them. With this Chinxin flower, I should be able to pacify my daughter tonight. I'll make sure the work is done before I return home.
Rozumiem. Jestem ciekaw, czy my teraz będziemy walczyć z Childem? Czy nie? Powinienem zacząć speedrunować chyba te questy, bo potrzebuję materiałów do Od Ajdachy na Julę.
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep.
Nice.
A favor for the Fatui should never go unrewarded.
You think you can buy us off with some loose
Jeszcze jak najbardziej.
No way. Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Same eater, same.
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
No, słuchaj.
What info do you need?
No, dlaczego nie?
Does that mean you know what he's after?
What else could the Fatui want? Are you forgetting what happened in Mondstadt? Oj tam, seniora kopnęła tylko jednego twinka i nagle uważamy, że jest jakąś, nie wiem. Wszyscy ją traktują, jakby była co najwyżej zbrodniarzem wojennym.
Yikes! You're right, Signora!
Oj tam, twinka tylko kopnęła. Wielka mi tragedia.
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you.
Ja też nie wiem.
Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a sudden.
Trochę tak średnio to widać. Idzie nasz wybawiciel.
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need
Bajżu!
Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy in all of... Is everything okay?
Nie do końca, bo coś tu się zadziało.
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus Mora. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
O, Gujong! Czy będzie coś o niej? Nie wiem, szczerze powiedziawszy, Gujong, czy jakkolwiek ją się czyta, to jest chyba moja najmniej ulubiona postać z Genshina, bo generalnie postacie w Genshinie dzieją się tak, których uwielbiam, których są jakimiś tam moimi faworytami. Nie wiem, są jacyś tam jeszcze też neutralni, albo tacy, o których po prostu zapominam. No, czyli mogę podpiąć też bardzo pod neutralność, ale są też tacy, których po prostu, nie wiem, nie trawię, nie potrafię znieść i Gujong to jest jedna właśnie z nich. Druga to jest ta, Raiden Shogun. Ona mnie strasznie nie podoba mi się jej story quest. No też nie podoba mi się, jak Raiden Shogun wygląda, jakby... Sorry, ale jak dla mnie postacie są bardziej hot, kiedy są na przykład całe jakoś tak, nie wiem, zakryte jak na przykład żongli, a nie jak szczują cycem, że tak powiem. Gdzie jest spooky? To jest bardzo przyjemnie.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Huh? Did you hear that? Where did it come from?
The reception, it seems.
How about you go check it out, and Paimon will bring up the rear.
Jasne, jasne. Is she a zombie? Paimon, if you're going to talk about hate, you...
Joke's on you. Paimon floats, so height is no restriction.
To tak nie działa.
Anyway, there's something weird about this one over here. What's the talisman?
Nie ma tak po prostu obgadywać osoby, przed którą się centralnie stoi.
It can't be. She's a zombie.
Kto ją w ogóle przywołał do życia?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am Chi-Chi. Once upon a time, Chi-Chi died. Then, Chi-Chi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Chi-Chi is a zombie.
Jezus Maria, such nonchalant delivery for a bombshell revelation.
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
Czy ja wiem? Myślę, że spotkaliśmy o wiele dziwniejszych rzeczy.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense. It's not a controlled substance.
Chi-Chi can get your medicine, but only if you show Chi-Chi your prescription. These are Chi-Chi's orders from Chi-Chi.
Orders?
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own orders to herself.
Huh.
My dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
Okay then.
To było szybkie?
How did you manage that?
But Chi-Chi helps you. You help Chi-Chi. Only fair.
Dobra, co mamy zrobić?
When do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction.
Podoba mi się głos Chichi, on jest taki naprawdę jednomonotonny i taki bardzo spokojny. Ale na przykład co mi się nie podoba, to zejdę trochę na temat Honka i Aster Raila. Jingliu? Ona się tak nazywała? Ta, która nosi opaskę na oczach w każdym razie. Hunt the what? Czekaj, to Hunt the what with the witch at where? She's playing game with us.
Guizhong Ballista.
I wracając właśnie, jej głos tak mi się strasznie nie podobał, bo ja zamiast skupić się na tym, co ona mówiła, wiecznie słyszałem tej takie wdechy, które się bierze, jakby... Nie wiem, to mnie tak po prostu denerwowało, bo nie mogłam się skupić na historii, o czym ona mówi, jak ona mówiła takim w ogóle... Strasznie jak dla mnie to był taki trochę przesadzony głos, jeszcze były te wdechy, no, takie jeszcze strasznie głośne, mój Boże.
Protecting Liyue from external threats.
Mr. Zhongli really knows Liyue inside
No chłop tu w końcu mieszka.
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the Coco Goat.
The Coco Goat is a legendary animal, an adeptabeast.
Did you want to add anything else, or...?
No, just that the Coco Goat is a legendary animal, an adeptabeast. What it looks like, don't know. Where to find it, don't know either. Where it came from, also don't know.
Do tell us if you remember anything else you don't remember. This isn't much to go on.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista. Perhaps we will find some clues.
What the heck is a Coco Goat?
Jezu, tak źle spałem dzisiejszej nocy, że cały kark mnie po prostu tak boli. O, jaka ładna skrzynka, to ja może sobie wezmę. Tak samotnie stoi. A ja mam nadzieję, że nic nie spadł. Co jest z tymi skrzynkami? Ja rozumiem, żeby Common Chest były wcześniej tak w ogóle nawalone wszędzie, ale Exclusive Chest? Zastanawia mnie jeszcze, jak ja w ogóle zacznę dzielić te późniejsze Archon Questy, bo wiadomo, że od Inazumy już się zaczynają te dłuższe formaty, typu na przykład ponad 2 godziny i tak dalej, więc... Tak, wracając do mojej myśli, bo się trochę rozproszyłem, muszę się zastanowić, jak ja zacznę dzielić te questy, bo jednak Archon Questy chciałbym nagrywać w całości, ale wiem, że to nie jest po prostu możliwe, bo 2 godziny, come on, 2 godziny to jest już trochę dużo.
It is currently inoperable in any case. This device is broken.
Świetnie.
What? It broke?
After millennia of wear and tear, even Adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli, use your unlimited high society knowledge powers.
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite.
A może jesteś?
Whose only utility lies in providing quaint pieces of trivia on demand. That said, let me think for a moment. Ah, yes. Spare parts were made for the Guizhong Ballista when it was first built, in case it was damaged in battle. As I recall, there is a military supply post from that period somewhere inside the pass. If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong Ballista. One just needs to understand the basic working principles of the device.
So, what you're saying is that you actually understand the working principles?
I have a smattering of knowledge on the topic. With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
Bogactwo!
Ah, these parts look useful. One moment. I will try to repair the device.
Skubany.
It is done. The Guizhong Ballista is more intricately designed than I thought.
Ooh! Now how do we turn it on?
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Będziemy strzelać?
Over here we have nothing. And over there, more nothing.
Hey! Just what do you think you're doing?
To nie jest wasze?
So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what
Nie
exactly?
interesuj się, po kociej mordki
Not a
dostaniesz.
A Guizhong ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question. It's just good manners.
Are you blind or something? You're looking at the leader of the treasure hoarders, old man. This area is supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device, but trust me, it's got a mind of its own. Last
Jasne,
time we
jasne.
approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys.
I bardzo dobrze.
A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our backs for 2 seconds, and you've already gone and repaired it! The next thing you'll be repairing is your faces! And that's if you get out of this alive!
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an adeptus for selfish gain. Disgraceful
Dobrze, żongli,
behavior.
pokaż im.
It is not we who need reprimanding, but you.
These lowlifes didn't know who they were messing with.
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time. We should focus on our contract
Jak
with
najbardziej.
Chi-Chi.
Oh yeah, that! So we've got the Guizhong ballista working, but where's our Coca goat?
A search using the Guizhong ballista revealed no significant life forms nearby, save for the usual
ładnie.
wildlife. What's more, a contraption built using Adeptus technology should have no trouble detecting an Adeptabeast, as Chi-Chi put it.
Which means
Repairing this was a complete waste of time.
Paimon wouldn't go that far. We did something positive, right?
No czy ja wiem.
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy, explain that we could not find a Coco Goat, and review our next step.
Good idea. We did our best, and that's what counts.
Jak najbardziej.
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no trace of the Coco Goat Adeptabeast of which you speak.
What a disappointment. Don't worry about it. But I feel very
No cóż.
disappointed.
Skąd Bajzu bierze te całe Coco Goaty?
Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
What do you need this Coco Goat for?
Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So tasty. Much better than normal goat milk. Only an Adeptabeast could
Czy można
make
oswoić
such
takie Adeptabeast tak z
tasty
ciekawości?
milk. I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. I cannot remember the name of the milk. That's why I wrote it down. Where did I put it? Ah, here. This is the name. Coconut milk.
Aha, wszystko jasne.
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an equitable agreement with this zombie child, when perhaps I should have undertaken further due diligence.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyue proverb goes, all things are random and, so how are you supposed to predict anything? Literally no one could have seen this coming.
Excuse me, everyone. Did Chi-Chi say a bad thing?
Oh, sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
Słuchaj, Szczylu. It all begins with the fruit of the coconut tree. It's time to tell you where coconut milk comes from.
No. Impossible.
Seems Chi-Chi took this pretty hard.
She just needs some to work. She just needs time to work through it. They all need to grow up sometime.
Someone learned a valuable life lesson today, then. Thank you all for looking
Yes,
after my little
Dion.
Chi-Chi.
Might I ask who?
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baiju, boss of the Boo Boo
Jezu, jak
Pharmacy.
patrzę na Bajdziu, to mi się przypomina te wszystkie teorie, jak to, no, jak było mówione, że Kazm to będzie, nie wiem, pierwsza część jakoś tam, coś związanego z dendroregionem. Ja tak w ogóle, nie wiem, przez długi czas myślę, że to jest prawda, a później wchodzę do Kazmu, a tam dosłownie są skały, wielka dziura w ziemi i jeszcze więcej skał.
Paimon thought Chi-Chi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around his neck. What a sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even more of a simpleton than Chi-Chi. The medicine... The snake is speaking!
Whoa, a talking snake. Nothing really surprised me anymore.
I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee from the medicine cabinet, for I am a living, breathing serpent!
Jasne, jasne.
Don't mind Chung-Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three, communal chaos causing with Chi-Chi aside, what business brings you here?
No cóż.
Do you sell everlasting incense in this fine establishment?
Everlasting incense? Why, of course we do.
Whew, at last, things are finally starting to come together.
3 million mora. Top quality, guaranteed.
3 million? You might as well just rob the Golden House.
Aw, too bad the Chising have taken it over for now. Security will be tighter than usual.
3 million. An innocuous number in and of itself, though practically speaking, it could be a hard sum to come by.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that
Dosłownie.
much more. And as for Mr. Zhongli, he's around 3 million short.
This is correct.
No shame.
What are we gonna do? Is this the part where we go crawling back to Child?
To by było trochę żałosne, tak patrząc, że się z nim wcześniej pokłóciliśmy.
Coco Goat! Coco Goat! My sides hurt. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you fell for that.
Hey, less laughter, more sympathy.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. In return, I'm more than happy to sort out this mess you've managed to get yourselves into.
No
Excuse
dzięki.
me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. Forgive my audacity, but I see a great many opportunities for us to collaborate in the future. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk, the Fatui could help by setting up a robust and speedy distribution network.
Damn.
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but so much fuss over coconut milk?
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Chi-Chi wants coconut milk.
Ah, yes, of course, Chi-Chi. Anything you want. Thank you, Child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense, too. Let's say 2,990,000.
Wow, dzięki. Jezu, to mi się kojarzą te wszystkie promocje, gdzie jest na przykład jakaś tam, nie wiem, powiedzmy coś kosztuje 400 zł, jest promocja i kosztuje 395.
That's like zero difference from 3 million.
2,990,000.
Strasznie duże są te liczby. Ale wciąż jest dużo.
Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, little Miss Chi-Chi, see you soon.
Adios.
That lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope? What have I missed?
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well, well, well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House? If not the Exuvia. I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
Podoba mi się, Jezu. Jak ja uwielbiam sobie po prostu odświeżyć całą historię tych wszystkich postaci początkowych, bo ja mam wrażenie, że fandom tak po prostu potrafi zmisinterpretować na przykład między innymi Childa, że ja czasami się zastanawiam, co faktycznie jest kanonem, a co po prostu sobie fandom dopowiedział i wmówili, że tak, to jest koniecznie kanon.
Well, as it stands, we've hired helpers and we've acquired the everlasting incense. The completion of our preparations is not far.
Nice.
Finally.
Well, traveler, Have you gained anything from our adventure so far?
It's been odd.
Odd?
I'm not sure if we've been living the high life. Our experience in the circles of the poor?
Which is it, I wonder? The questions that such travels raise are ever so complicated. Well, I'll leave you to ruminate over it yourself. As to remuneration for your help, I've decided
No?
to treat you to a meal.
Zhongli treating?
Oh, yes, don't worry. I will remember to bring them more this
Jasne,
time.
jasne. Poczekaj, bo ci uwierzę.
Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole in the wall, praised throughout Liyue.
Hole in the wall? As in a cool restaurant?
Indeed. Let us meet near the harbor, at third round knockout.
Ja mam wrażenie, że to jest trochę taka cisza przed burzą. Co się zaraz stanie? Long goodbye, o jacie. Uwielbiam, jak się nazywają te wszystkie achievementy. Absolutnie kocham. Szczerze powiedziawszy, moim chyba ulubionym achievementem to jest zdecydowanie to wszystkie ototory, na przykład Before My Time i tak dalej z tym całym szpitalem. O mój Boże, jak... I może na przyszły Halloween zrobię jakiś taki spooky, może trochę... jakby nie wiem, podsumowanie wszystkich informacji, które wiemy o tym szpitalu. Nie wiem, chciałabym nagrywać coś takiego z Genshina, nie tylko gameplaye, ale jednocześnie czuję, że ja się nie znam tak bardzo na różnych ciekawostkach w Genshinie. Chyba w Genshinie nawet nie ma aż tak tylu ciekawostek, jak na przykład w innych grach, ale takie tłumaczenie na przykład, co jest czym, albo na przykład co jakoś tam wiemy, czy jakieś w ogóle tworzy jakieś teorii, Boże. Marzy mi się to, ale aczkolwiek ja nie znam się aż tak bardzo na loru, bo... So does this mean I can order wine this time?
I ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for you.
Ooh, I guess I should have expected this. Zaraz, bo ja się znowu gubię w myślach. Ale no, w większości bym musiał chyba czytać każdy najmniejszy kawałek w historii jakiejś tam książki czy inne radowe karteczki wiszące gdzieś, więc... Nie wiem, musiałbym się zastanowić, ale taki jakiś tam film halloweenowy odnośnie z tym szpitalem i tym, co tak naprawdę wiemy o Dottore i jego właśnie eksperymentach, kurde, to byłby dobry pomysł. A to bym się musiał jeszcze nauczyć jeszcze ładniej montować, szczerze powiedziawszy.
As you all know, high above the land of Liyue lies a pavilion in the clouds, a palace in the mist. What does it mean to have all-seeing eyes? This, my friends, Lady Ningguang's masterwork that bridges earth and sky. Imagine, the weather is clear, and you gaze down from the deck on the world below. Behold, the glorious sights of Liyue Harbor, stretching out far and wide. They say that when Lady Ningguang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her 3 closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted 3 to sift through sources, dig through documents, looking for information? Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady Ningguang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling blizzard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyue, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow. For the words of the Tianquan have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it.
A, śliczne to było, kocham te cutscenki.
Lady Ningguang's hand. Such is their value. Merely grasping 1 or 2 of them will surely gift you a fragment of her wisdom, enough to stay a step or 2 ahead of your peers.
Tianquan Ningguang. Feels like we're hearing this name a lot. Liyue locals talk about her. The Fatui hate her. She's most likely the one who hid the Exuvia, and we saw her at the Rite of Dissension. Huh. Paimon wonders what sort of person she is.
No, zobaczymy.
At last I have found you. You who returned from Jueyun Karst.
Who's there?
Paimon, mi go tego.
Wait, I am not with the Millelith, nor am I here to claim your bounty. However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Chising. My name is Ganyu, secretary at the Yuehai Pavilion, and I have come specifically to meet you.
Secretary?
Well, in concrete terms, I am the corporate secretary for the Chising. At the moment, I am serving as Lady Ningguang's special emissary.
Ningguang sent you? We were literally just talking about her.
My apologies, you who have returned from Jueyun Karst.
Huh.
I am duty-bound and cannot extend my courtesy to you in full. But I have with me a letter from Lady Ningguang. She extends a formal invitation to you in her capacity as Tianquan. She invites you to her palace in the sky.
An official invitation?
Lady Ningguang said this.
Oh?
Invite him to come here.
Oh!
I wish to meet him. At the Jade Chamber. Together we shall snip every one of these entwining dark threads.
Nice! O, nareszcie koniec. Strasznie przegadany był ten quest, ale podoba... Nie!
The emissary who called herself Ganyu just disappeared.
Czy mi się włączył kolejny quest?
An invitation from the Liyue Chising. Paimon still can't believe it. We'll be meeting people that have way more money than Paimon could ever count. We should be on our best man.
Paimon is up to something again.
An invitation to visit the Jade Chamber is a rare honor indeed. You'd best be on your way now. But don't forget about the rite of parting. Once you've finished at the Jade Chamber, meet me at Dihua Marsh.
Dobra.
Don't worry, we won't forget. Dihua Marsh. We'll see you there.
O, nie. No, Announcer Approaches to nie. Chyba wychodzi na to, że w kolejnym odcinku będziemy walczyć z Childem i może jeszcze z tą przerośniętą, ośmiornicą osialem, czy jakkolwiek to się nazywa. W każdym razie, dziękuję wam bardzo serdecznie za oglądanie, trzymajcie się i do kolejnego odcinka. Cześć!